to Ukraine right now. So the time right now is about 2 o'clock, and we have 4 hours, maybe 5 hours to get down to the ferry and take that over to Poland. So here we are boarding the ferry, and the ferry was about 10 hours, so we got some sleep here until we got to Poland. So here we are arriving in Poland. As you can see, we had to go through a snowstorm on the way down south.
Przejście na złotówki kosztuje jakieś 150 zł i przez tydzień można jeździć.
So, if I'm not mistaken, this is when we entered Warsaw, and there was still a few hours left to get to the Ukrainian border. I don't know exactly how long it took, but it took pretty much the entire night. Almost at the Ukrainian border. About 2 hours, I think. And then we have a long day of driving. Not a lot of sleep, so very tired. So here we're actually approaching the Ukrainian border. As you can see here in a second, we will be in Ukraine. The total drive to Ukraine was probably 8 hours, but we were also stuck at the border for a long time. So during the entire trip, we didn't stop a lot of times, but this was one of those few times where we did a short stop just to eat and drink some and then move on.
Доброго вечора, ми з України. Ночі буде тобі враже, так як відьма скаже.
So in a second here, you will see us stopped at a gas station. And meanwhile we were here, the power went out. This is probably the only power outage we saw during the entire trip, though. Here we are just about to enter Kiev and hand over the cars and supplies. So here we are right after we handed over the cars, a quick photo shoot. And right after this, the guys had to drive the cars down south in Ukraine. And we were heading off with another guy from the army who's fixed a hotel for us and invited us for a nice big Ukrainian dinner. The next morning, we were headed to the bus station in central Kiev. And this is where one of the rockets hit during one of Russia's missile attacks on Kiev. So as you're headed out of Kiev, on the highway you will see when you enter or exit the city, you will see a couple of destroyed buildings. And this is where the Russians were during one point of the war, during the Kiev invasion. The trip home was slightly more comfortable than driving the car. It was nice to get some sleep. I think we had in total, well, at least I had like 5 hours sleep maybe in total since we entered Poland. Since we got on the ferry and then entered Poland, I had maybe 5 hours sleep. And then we got like 5 hours sleep inside of Kiev as well. Here we are entering Lviv. It was quite atmospheric with the snow and all. In Lviv we also changed bus that would take us all the way to Warsaw. Finally in Warsaw, heading to the airport, getting on the plane, and then flying home.